Hi, I'm Chris Pollock and welcome back. Well, this episode I'm going to show you how to change the buttons on a set of Grover Sta-Tite tuning machines from the metal buttons to the ebony buttons. It's a procedure that was told to me by Lord Brondell, and he got that from Dan Roberts of Santa Cruz Guitars. So I'm going to show you two methods of doing it. Here are the Grover Sta-Tite tuners, which I'll be changing the buttons on, or the beans. My understanding is that they are the metal button is a pressed fit, and we will be removing it using a little jig and a claw hammer. The jig is pretty simple. Just a scrap piece of wood, in this case a piece of 2x4, cut, the grain goes this way, and you drill a 1/4-inch hole. I believe it's 5/8 down to center. Drill a 1/4-inch hole, and you might want a wallable wood to open it up a bit, or possibly use an F drill because the hole is pretty tight. And what I did was put two little brads right in here, which go into the mounting holes of the tuner to help keep it from spinning some when I'm applying pressure to it. And then the tuner simply fits in the hole, goes over the brads, and then we install it into a vise. Once it's installed in the vise, I quick clamp this section tight to prevent it from bending, the shaft bending. Then I take the claw hammer and I put it underneath the end. I try to keep it out near the end so that when I pull up, it's pulling straight up, not to bend the little shaft, the bean shaft. And I'm not worried about marring the metal button because I'm not saving it, but you could tape the ends with tape to help prevent that from nicking it of the claw hammer, or you can make little wedges and wedge it under there. But I pull up, that came off real good, as you can see. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll pull up, and if it's giving a little bit of a problem, when I get it up so far, I'll put a wedge on the back to keep that angle as lifting up and not pulling back, because you can bend this shaft if you're not careful. But that's the simple way of doing it right there. I should also mention that the block, the 1/4-inch hole is through hole, and these two brads are the different spacing for the left-handed or right-handed tuning machine, because the spacings are different. So I use one side for the right-handed, one side for the left-handed, and also the 1/4-inch hole is pretty tight fit. So I use something like this case is just a paintbrush to clear it. There. Also, if you have a patterns maker's vise, you could also use that and eliminate the squeeze clamp, the quick clamp, by simply placing that in and make sure this surface is padded, which it is on most of them, and then you could just wedge it in there and eliminate that clamp and use the hammer also. And yet the third method that I developed was to cut these angles, little pieces of steel angle, and screw it down to my vise. And I put some UHMW tape on it, not to mar the surfaces. And you simply slide the tuner in, and there you have that. That's pretty easy. Also, the quip vise, or this vise, it's here, can also be used when we put the button on later. You could also use it as a way to press the button on, if you'd like. What I like about the vise is the fact that it pulls it straight out and I don't have to worry about bending this shaft because it's a straight pull. With a hammer, like I say, you have to be cautious. If one's stubborn, it doesn't want to come off. You could possibly bend this little brass shaft, I believe it's made out of. With this method, it's a straight pull. Next, it's drilling out the ebony bean, which I purchased from Stuart McDonald. The hole is not the correct size, and if you notice, the shafts are flattened on each side. But I measured the shaft and it works out to be a number 29 drill bit is the correct size. So I have the bit installed into the drill press and I've already preset the depth gauge. The first time that I drilled these, I simply just got a piece of scrap wood and I placed the bean against it to keep it, to hold it parallel. Just held it with my thumb and drilled the hole down to steady it. But since after I did the first time, for safety issue, I developed a little clamp that I use, and it has a little clothespin back here that keeps the spring pressure there, and then I got some little leather claws there. I put that in, the bean in there. Then I have a little block here with the groove that I set. And I also take a drill bit that's just a size smaller to fit in the hole. And I just line that up quick to make sure my that registers my hole as being straight. Then with some medium viscosity CA, I'll put a drop or two in the bean and glue it on and press it on. Then I'll take a dampened piece of paper towel and clean out any squeeze out. Dampened, did I say acetone? Dampened acetone. And there you have it. And there's the 6 already done and temporarily installed. And there you have it. Pretty simple. You can get yourself a nice set of tuners other than wave release at a great savings. Hope this has helped you some. And just remember to always take the proper safety precautions when using power tools. And wear eye protection and whatever else that is needed to make the job safer and actually simpler. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.